They called it the cleansing. When the Zarathi burned Geneva, they broadcasted it across the stars as a warning. The message was simple. Earth is broken. Let the humans grieve. Let them fade. For 3 solar days, the galactic community watched in silence as Earth's blue skies dimmed with ash. The Zarathi High Executor declared the war over. Earth defeated. They assumed humanity, shattered by orbital strikes, its cities silenced, would vanish into sorrow and submission. They had no idea what kind of species they were dealing with. At first, Earth did mourn. Quietly, yes, but not with surrender. Across what was left of the planet, something began to stir. Survivors, crawling out of rubble, gathered not in fear but in fury. Memorials were carved not with flowers but with steel. Names of the dead were etched into armor, not gravestones. Soldiers who had lost everything volunteered for something called Project Skyfire. The galaxy didn't notice, or maybe it didn't care. Until one night, the stars went dark, and then began to move. Ships, human ships, appeared where no sensors had registered jump signatures. Silent, black, angular things that glided like phantoms through void. They bore no insignia, no flags, only scars. The Zarathi noticed first. A border outpost on the rim of Sector Varn 12 reported ghost vessels breaching their defense net. By the time command responded, the outpost was gone, vaporized. No warning, no survivors. The next day, 12 more outposts vanished. A Zarathi admiral named Valuk made a public address. "Primitive revenge," he scoffed. "Let them come. Their mourning will end in their extinction." But Earth's mourning was already over. What came next was retribution. On the moon of Arvix Prime, during the Galactic Council Summit, the skies suddenly shimmered with unnatural auroras, then split open. Hundreds of vessels, forged in Earth's buried forges and filled with wrath, emerged from hyperspace. The humans didn't broadcast demands. They didn't negotiate. They descended like judgment. They weren't just soldiers. They were the Skyborn, a division born from Project Skyfire, consisting of Earth's best engineers, war orphans, pilots, and even poets who chose vengeance over silence. Their weapons weren't just efficient, they were brutal. Precision railguns that shattered shield harmonics. Drones that sang funeral hymns in binary before detonating. EMP bursts that disabled ships but left crews conscious so they could watch what came next. Within hours, the summit was ash. And then, for the first time in galactic history, a single transmission echoed across all systems. "You thought we would mourn quietly. You mistook our silence for surrender. You taught us grief. We will teach you consequence." Panic swept across the stars. Treaties were rewritten overnight. Non-aggression pacts were offered to Earth by once arrogant empires. But the Skyborn didn't stop. They didn't negotiate. They didn't even speak again. Because it wasn't about diplomacy. It was about memory. They struck every Zarathi world that had watched Geneva burn. They found the architects of the cleansing and let them see Earth's wrath, up close, unfiltered. They didn't wipe out the species. No, that would have been mercy. They dismantled their fleets, erased their databases, turned their central starships into orbital grave markers that read, "For Geneva." Eventually, the Galactic Council pleaded with Earth, asked for peace, offered reparations, promised alliance. Earth sent only one ship in reply. No weapons, no soldiers, just a single unmanned drone repeating a message in hundreds of languages. "We do not seek war. But if you bring fire to our skies again, the stars themselves will bleed human." And with that, they vanished into the black once more, leaving only silence and the haunting realization that humans never mourn quietly. They mourn with vengeance. And when they do, the sky turns human.